everyone, today I'm here to do a book review and a giveaway. So today I'll be talking about London Belongs to Me and London Can You Wait, both by Jacqueline Middleton. I will be giving away both of these books and 3 sets of them. So be sure to stay tuned to the end of the video so you can see how you can win your very own copies of both of these books. Ooh, that'll be fun. Either way, let's get into it. I will try not to spoil it. If I do spoil it, I will let you know. The only one I will be spoiling probably will be this one, London Can You Wait, but without further ado, let's get into talking about these books. So London Belongs to Me came out last year, and I bought this a while ago, and I was saving it for this particular time of year because it just seemed kind of like a holiday Christmassy book. I'd say probably the second one's more Christmassy, but either way, I'm so glad I read it. This whole series and this whole duology, I guess you could call it, we follow a character named Alex Sinclair who lives in Florida and decides to move to London to become a playwright because that's been her dream. And she moves in with one of her friends, Harry, who she went to college with, and she's living with Harry, his girlfriend, and his girlfriend's brother. Her whole dream is to become a famous London playwright, to get her like plays out there for people to act in, like get them produced in the National Theater and all that kind of stuff. That's the whole borderline of this whole series, is we follow kind of Alex's dreams. And also Alex suffers from a lot of anxiety and she has a lot of panic attacks, and she's dealing with that. She's also dealing with a really big heartbreak that she had this past year. So London's kind of like her fresh start, you know, a breath of fresh air for her to turn a new page in her book and for her just to kind of forget about the past and move forward with her dream and her future. So that's what this whole duology is about, and I really enjoyed it. These are chick lit type of books, and I can devour chick lit. Like, I read this one, and this is a pretty hefty one, in like 2 days. That's really unlike me. I'm not like a super fast reader. I wouldn't say I'm a slow reader, but I'm not like insanely fast. I gobbled this one up like it was like straight up candy. This whole series, in fact. I will say, out of these two, I enjoyed the second one, I think, a little bit more because it delved more into relationships and also rediscovering who you are after a relationship. I liked that one a lot, but I still really enjoyed the first one. I have this obsession with London. I have always wanted to visit London ever since I was a kid. I have yet to visit. One day I will, I promise. At least I hope so. And reading this book was just like I was there. Jacqueline Middleton wrote about all these sites that were in London. She wrote about the kind of theater life. She wrote about the fangirl life because Alex Sinclair is a really big fangirl. She loves Doctor Who. She likes Star Wars. She likes Sherlock. She likes all these amazing fandoms. And I was like, I feel like I'm reading about myself because I love all those things. I love different fandoms as well. I just really enjoyed reading about Alex's character. This book doesn't have so much romance in it. There is a love interest, but we don't really see it pan out to the end of the book, as of like most kind of contemporaries and chick lit books. You have to wait till the end for it to get really sort of romantic, really sort of like will there, you know, the whole build up, you have to have the will they or they won't they. But she definitely has a love interest in this book. But I also really enjoyed reading about Alex's anxiety and her panic attacks. You know, if something goes wrong, she feels herself kind of close up and she has panic attacks and she can't breathe, and that was a breath of fresh air. I don't read a ton of books about anxiety. I feel like they're getting a lot better on the market. There's more and more being, you know, made about anxiety, and I myself suffer from anxiety. I've never had a panic attack, at least I don't think so, but I have had a lot of times where I feel like I can't breathe, and I'm the type of person just like Alex where if something kind of goes wrong in my plan or if something kind of throws it haywire, I kind of have a tendency to freak out, and I get a lot of anxiety from it. So I really enjoyed reading about Alex's anxiety and how she dealt with it and had a lot of her other friends kind of deal with it. This book also kind of reminds me of Gossip Girl, and that's because she has kind of like a frenemy in this book, like this girl that is just so cruel to her, and it was almost unbelievable how cruel she was. I felt like I was like reading an episode of Gossip Girl because I was like, girl seems so like unreal in my opinion, but I mean, it's a book. When you read books, you read it to escape reality. So definitely that was very interesting to read about because I was like, this is like straight up Blair versus Serena up in here. If you watch Gossip Girl, you know what I'm talking about. But overall, I really enjoyed this book. It's all about Alex moving to London, you know, meeting new friends, getting a love interest, getting her career started. She's such a career-oriented woman, and I really love that because I am career-oriented myself, and I just love reading a book that does have romance, yes, in it, but really focuses on yourself and kind of about what you want to do in life and your future and, you know, your goals and how to work hard to get to them. So I really enjoyed this one. I gave this one a 3.5 out of 5. It wasn't my favorite by any means of chick lit books, but I really enjoyed it nonetheless, and I would love to reread it again in the future. I just loved all like the sightseeing, the romance. I loved Alex as a person. It's just a quintessential kind of chick lit book in my opinion, if you're just looking for something to kind of whisk you away. And then we have London, Can You Wait? This book actually just got released last month. It's kind of the sequel to London Belongs to Me. Now you can read these two separate. Like you don't have to read London Belongs to Me if you want to read London, Can You Wait? Do I recommend it? Yes, because you get a little bit more feeling of the characters, of the backstories, but she wrote it as if you could read both of these separately, both of them together. Whatever you want to do, you go for it. But I would say read London Belongs to Me. I mean, it looks pretty lengthy. It's almost 400 pages. That's kind of big, but with these type of books, honestly, you can fly through them, like, trust me. So I would recommend to read this one before you go on to this one. Now, in this one, as you can see clearly by the cover, there's a big love interest in this one, and I hope it's not spoiling to say that it's the same love interest in London Belongs to Me, and you really delve into the relationship and kind of the mishaps and maybe the falling apart of a relationship and how to rebuild yourself up together after a relationship. I don't think that's spoiling anything. I'm not going to delve too much into it. I really enjoyed this book, I think, a lot more because it dealt with a lot of things in one book. It dealt with a really, you know, big relationship and one of the people being very kind of famous and how that affects the other person. It dealt with kind of the breakup of a relationship. It dealt with kind of how do you rebuild yourself up after a relationship and discover who you are as a person instead of just being in a relationship. And I really enjoyed it for that matter. So I would have to say I like this one a little bit more than London Belongs to Me. I would give this one a 4 out of 5 because like I flew through it. Like I had to know what happened. I want to know what happened. It was also steamier. I will say there's definitely a lot more of adult scenes in it, so just be forewarned like I told you guys, but we got more of Alex. We got to see her actually really dealing with her anxiety, maybe getting professional help with it. I also really enjoyed the fact of, like I said, a relationship, but Alex herself got kind of lost in this relationship and she became kind of the relationship, and that was kind of all she was. And when she got out of this relationship, I won't say what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. Who knows? You know, she realized that that's not who all she is. She's not just a relationship. She is a person. She has goals. She has aspirations. And I really enjoyed reading that because I feel like a lot of books, the characters can get lost in a relationship and sometimes even a marriage. And while having a marriage and relationship is amazing, that doesn't define you by any means. I am married right now. Am I 100% in love with my husband? Yes, but that doesn't mean that's my whole life. That's not my whole life. I am a person. I can be a wife. I can be a mother. I can be also Heather. I can be my own person. Those labels don't define me by any means. I think a lot of times we can get lost in those. I know myself, I get lost much more, I would say, in being a mom than being like a wife, I guess. That's just me. Like, I feel like some days I'm a mom and that is all I am. Like, I'm not Heather. I'm just a mom. I have those days quite frequently, and that's, you know, something I have to deal with. But, you know, I think with relationships, a lot of people can get lost in them and realize that they're not just, these two people aren't one person. They're both two separate people that have different feelings, that have different interests, and that is 100% okay. So I really enjoyed reading about that fact. That was my main love, and that was my main love of this book, is the fact of, you know, her discovering that she's her own person, that she can have these own feelings and stuff. Of course, I love the love interest. I thought it was amazing. I love the friendships in this whole series. I think they show really great friendships, like really, you know, heart healthy, I guess is the right word to say, like hearty friendships that are good for the soul. I'm not sure there's gonna be a third book. The way she ended it, it kind of would leave on a great end, like with the characters and stuff, but I really enjoyed that she wrote this London, Can You Wait? I did read these back to back pretty much. I read another book in between them, but I read them all within the same month, and I would kind of recommend doing that as well. If you're looking for just a great kind of chick lit book that's all about love and friendships and, you know, moving to a different country and trying new things and like the whole fandom aspect and being a playwright. There were so many things this series, duology, whatever you want to call it, had going for it. So I'm really happy to have read it, and it was just a perfect book to read this time of year, I think, because it just gives you all of those warm, fuzzy feelings, and I just really enjoyed them. So you guys know, I love good chick lit books, so I'm so excited to read this. So, like I said, there is a giveaway, so the publisher, this video is not sponsored, by the way, at all. Not sponsored. The publisher just reached out to me and said, hey, we noticed you read these books. Would you like to give a few of them away to your subscribers? And they are actually giving out 3 sets of these books, so 3 people can win both of these books. And the only rules are the giveaway will be opening today. I don't know when this video is going to go out, so I'll leave the date right here. And it'll end in 1 week. It is US only, sadly, sorry to say. Only rules are you must be subscribed to this channel, and number 2, you must leave a comment telling me what you like to do this holiday season. Thanksgiving's coming up. Why not? Let's talk about Thanksgiving. Tell me what's your favorite part of Thanksgiving, and that'll enter you in the giveaway. So like I said, there will be 3 people that'll win 2 books, so that's pretty awesome. So thank you so much to Kirkwall Books for supplying the giveaway. That's awesome. I'm so excited that 3 of you guys are gonna get a chance to read these, and I highly recommend, even if you don't win the giveaway, to check out these books because they're just adorable. They're adorable books. I love good chick lit. Like, this made me want to read all of the cute and adorable things. It really did. So enter the giveaway down below. Like I said, US only. 3 people are gonna win, and leave a comment telling me your favorite thing about Thanksgiving, and you must be subscribed. So those are only kind of 3 rules that you have there. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you enter the giveaway. If you read these 2 books, let me know which one was your favorite. I would love to hear your thoughts on them. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.